For your GCSE French, you've prepared model answers for things which just might come up in the writing exam or may come up in the speaking exam. And the next stage is that you want to make sure that you know how to pronounce these with as perfect an accent as you can. You've already got a pretty good accent, but you just want to check. Well, there's a tool on this online version of Word which you can use. It's a tool which you'll also find in your OneNote. So here we've got something that a student has prepared. At the moment we're on the Home tab. In order to get to the tool which can help you, which is called Immersive Reader, we have to click on View. When you've clicked on View, you get these other tools, and one of them is called Immersive Reader. There we are. And this is the document that we've just been looking at, but it looks a little bit different. I'll explain how you get it to look like that later on, but immediately, just to see what I'm talking about, say I want to hear everything from there onwards, I would select there and press play.
Parle-moi de toi-même.
Talk to me about yourself. 1.1.
A. Quelle est ta personnalité? À mon avis, je pense que je suis assez bavarde et un peu impatiente. Je suis très intelligente mais je ne suis pas méchante. Ma mère dit que je suis plus sage que ma sœur.
I hope that you're pretty impressed with that. It was a good accent, and as they went through, they definitely pronounced those endings of words here for a female: bavarde, impatiente, intelligente. So it really was very well done. If you imitated that, you'd do pretty well. So, is it as simple as that? Well, it can be if you've done the settings already, but I'll just tell you how I did the settings here. First of all, you have here text preferences. If you click there on text preferences, you can decide how big you want the text. I think that's the default where I was. You can make it a little bit bigger if you want to. If you want to make it even easier to read, you may find increasing the spacing helps. Personally, I don't find that helps, but you may like that. You can change the font if you want to something different. I'll stick with Calibri. You can change the themes. You can show the source formatting. So at the moment it's showing source formatting. You can see that I've emboldened the questions. If you don't want that, you can just turn that off, but I'll turn it back on again. The next category are grammar options. This is just something which you may well use for something else, probably not for this exercise, but notice the way that if I turn on the nouns, everything that is a noun is made mauve. Verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Brilliant. And you can have all of them on if you want to. But again, for this particular exercise, we probably don't need that. Syllables, though, I think that's something where probably that's quite helpful to know at what point there is a separate syllable which needs to be pronounced. So I think I would keep that on. The third button is really to do with a bit more to do with the look of it. If you wanted to focus on a particular section as you're going through, you would do that. I don't think you need that really. Picture dictionary is a bit of fun in that if you've forgotten what a word means, you can click on it and then there'd be a word, normally a picture underneath it. So there you did have one for young. Sadly, they didn't have one for a singer. Have they got something for hair? I expect so. Cheveux, roux. No, they haven't got one. So quite a lot of them do have pictures that go with it. Not really something which is necessary for this particular activity, perhaps. So we might turn that off. The next one says translate. Now I've set that to French, France, by word. If you were to click on document, it would then translate the entire document into French. So I've got instructions here like talk to me about your friends. We don't necessarily want that to be translated. That's reminding you what it means. So I would stick with that. Because originally we set the proofing language to be French, I think it should work anyway, even if you had put this as English. But anyway, let's stick with French and by word. So those are those tools that can help you. Also, you can choose by looking at the settings here whether you want it to be a female speaking to you or a male. So we've heard the female already. If we just change it to male.
Bleu. Comme activité, je jouais souvent au Lego et je lisais les livres.
Okay. He sounds a little bit more mechanical, I think. And you can also decide on the speed. So we were going there for, there's the tortoise and there's the hare. If you wanted to go a little bit faster, you'd bring it up to there. So let's have it a bit faster.
Quand j'étais plus jeune, je rêvais d'être chanteuse.
No, I think that's too much. So let's just bring that down to 1.
Chanteuse. J'aimais les bonbons mais je détestais le chocolat.
Good. And of course, this has to be a female because it was written by a female, hence the chanteuse and not the chanteur. So let's listen to it again.
Le chocolat. Physiquement, j'étais plutôt petite pour mon âge. J'avais les cheveux roux et les yeux bleus. Comme activité, je jouais souvent au Lego et je lisais les livres.
Relationships with family and friends. 2.
Parle-moi de tes amis.
Talk to me about your friends. 1.2.
A. Décris ton meilleur ami ou ta meilleure amie. Ma meilleure amie s'appelle Béa. Elle est plutôt grande, mais pas grosse.
So I think you get the idea there of what this does. Really, really helpful. And then when you've done everything there, you can just exit it and you can come back to the original. Okay.